He is an absolute killer. He's performed all over the DMV. He's the Magooby's new comedian of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a club favorite. Give it up for Parker Brown. Port Comedy Club, how are we doing today? Are we having fun?
Hell yeah. Can you guys give it up for Adam for hosting, right? We like Adam, right? Hell yeah. It's going to be a fun show. Yeah, you guys are doing good. That's good. A little bit about me. I'm not from around here. I'm from a place called Lutherville, if you guys know. Lutherville? Yeah. And it, like a little bit of history. I learned this recently. It's called that because a bunch of Lutheran people used to live there. And like you can't name cities that way anymore, you know? You can't be like, oh, there's a bunch of Jews here. Let's call this place Jewtown. Like, no. You have to call it Pikesville. But that's like a different type of thing. No. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. You guys are doing good. That's good. I'm doing really bad, actually. I'm doing bad. I'm in trouble at work. I don't know if you guys have ever had this. I work in an office, and like I don't know if you guys remember, like a month ago, it was weirdly warm outside. And yeah, I work in an office, and I use the phrase "wife beater" in a meeting with a client. Yeah. Which like I just use that phrase growing up, but that's like not politically correct. Like. That's like offensive. Like nowadays, you have to call them Italians or something like that. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to keep track. It's weird. But no, it is cool. I'm kind of proud. I work at a tech company that's like half women, which is cool. Yeah. Go. Any women in here tonight? Yeah. There we go. I think it's cool. I think it's cool working with women personally. I don't think there's really any difference between like the actual work day working with women. I think like the big difference is like getting drinks after work. You know what I mean? Like if you go out with like some fellas, like you'll have a couple beers, you'll like bitch about your coworkers, you know. If you go out with like a woman who has kids that you work with, like that's her Burning Man, dude. Like that's like, if you go out to a half-price bottle of wine night with, like, a middle-aged female coworker, like, it reminds me of, like, a frat guy the first time they do cocaine together. It's like, I'll be talking to someone, I'll be like, Brenda, how's the weather today? And she's like, my husband doesn't love me anymore. I'm like, okay, that's too much, Brenda. That's too much. But no, it's cool. I work with like a lot of young people too. I work with a lot of Gen Z people, and what's weird is like they don't drink, right? A lot of them don't drink, and like you can also tell like a lot of them have never been bullied too. And like if you see the haircuts, you're like, okay, all right. But I think those are correlated. I've realized that, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of my drinking habits come from getting bullied in high school, you know? Because, the Gen Z kids would, like, go to, high school party, and someone would be like, hey, do you want another beer? And they'd be like, no. And that would be the end of it, you know what I mean? Whereas, like, I went to a high school party, and someone would be like, Parker, do you want another beer? And I'd be like, no. And they'd be like, what are you, gay? And I'd be like, 50 more beers, please. Give me all of the beers. But that's cool. Are we drinking tonight? Is this a big crowd? Nice, cool. All right, now make some noise. If you've ever been in AA, make some noise. A couple people don't know what anonymous means, but that's cool. It's like a big word. It's an SAT word. It's a big word. No, I'm not making fun of you. I've been to AA. I thought I was an alcoholic until I went to AA. And then I was like, not quite there. Because if you guys don't know, like a big part of AA is story time, right? And like the first night I went, they're like, Parker, do you mind telling your story of like why you came? And I was like, of course. But the guy that went before me, he went up there and he was like, I was in a bar fight and I killed the guy. That's when I knew I needed help. Yeah. And I had to go up after him and be like, I lose my phone sometimes. Like, I don't think we have the same disease, dude. Like, that last guy should be in Murderers Anonymous, right? Like, it's way worse than having a mimosa on your lunch break, you know what I mean? But no, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad there aren't too many AA people in here, because, like, they get mad at me for that joke sometimes, too. They're like, Parker, you're not supposed to talk about what's said at AA. And I'm like, or else what? You know, like, oh no, I'm getting chased by a bunch of people that can't drive. What am I gonna do? Drive away? Oh, no. That's weird. But no, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do think I have a drinking problem though, because I have this, like, I'll get really mad if I like pay money to get into a place and then they don't have a bar. You know what I mean? Like, I was at my niece's school play the other day. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. The real thing is, me and a couple of my buddies for Halloween, we went up to this place called Field of Screams, right? Which is like in Pennsylvania. Some people know it. It's like a haunted house place. And like we got through all the lines, and I was like, okay, guys, I'm gonna go grab a beer. And they're like, Parker, there is no beer. And that was the scariest part of the haunted house for me. I was like, I have to watch these theater kids sober? No! Please. No. But here's my thing too. I'm not like a huge haunted house guy. I'm not. And it's not like the idea of a haunted house. It's just they haven't updated them since like the 1950s, you know? It's still just like a guy in a mask with a chainsaw, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a millennial. Like, I think they should have like a millennial haunted house with stuff that's scary to my generation. You know what I mean? Like, they should have a guy in a costume of like a 15% interest rate or something like that. It's like, fuck, yeah. That's right, I'll never own a home. That's correct. Or they could just have my biggest fear. My biggest fear in the world is me walking into a room and my parents are being mean to a waiter. That's my biggest fear. And it's a millennial fear. Gen X does not give a shit. They're like, why would you be nice to them, dude? I don't understand. They're not people. They're not people, dude. No, but like I told you guys, I'm a millennial, right? Which of course means I have like mental health problems, right? Like, I have depression. Does anyone in here have depression? Make some noise. That's the correct amount of energy for depression too. It's not a lot. But no, I was cool with it. I was cool with having depression until I met a dude with bipolar disorder. Because then I kind of got like a little jealous, to be honest with you guys. Yeah. Because I was talking to him about it. He's like, Parker, sometimes I have depressive episodes. I'm super sad. I can barely get out of bed. And I was like, damn, it sounds a lot like what I have. He was like, yeah. And sometimes I have manic episodes where I'm super happy. I feel like I could take over the world. It's like, damn. Did they forget to give me half of the disease, dude? Like, you don't have to cure me. Just give me the rest of bipolar disorder. And we're good, dude. But no, I do. I have to, because of it, I have to do therapy, which I hate. I'm not a big therapy guy. And it's mostly because, like, therapists say, like, out-of-pocket stuff sometimes, right? Like, I was talking to my therapist last week, and I told her I have this thing where I don't sleep from Sunday to Monday. And she looks at me and she goes, Parker, you have the Sunday scaries. And I'm like, really? That we're using baby talk in our medical diagnoses now? Like, I didn't know what to do, so I just turned it back around on her. She was like, Parker, how was your weekend? I was like, well, I had to drinky drivey. So I did a little cokey wokey, and now my type 2 diabetes Wheaties is acting up, you know? I don't know. But it is weird too. Like, there's some weird stuff with therapists. Did you guys know this? That 80% of therapists have either an anxiety or a depression disorder. which is weird. I think that's messed up, dude. That would be like if 80% of dentists were British. You know what I mean? Like that's just a weird. It just shouldn't be allowed, dude. I don't know what to tell you. No, that's cool. All right, we're gonna see how cool we are here too. Are you guys cool if I do my most offensive joke for you guys? Is that cool? Oh yeah. All right, this is my most offensive joke, and then everything after that will be less offensive too. Don't worry. But here we go. I went to the Special Olympics. Wait for the joke. Wait, just hold on. I went to the Special Olympics. Sir, do you know what the worst part about the Special Olympics is?
I'm a special ed teacher, so yeah.
It's the right. It's the parking, right? It's the parking. Yeah. It's all handicapped spots. They don't have like two spots in the front with a picture of like a dude standing up or like doing a jumping jack or something like that. The second worst part is the skill of the athletes, but the parking is horrible, dude. It's white. There we go. That's as offensive as it is. We're good. We're good now. We can go. No, I'm doing well. I got one more offensive one. We'll see how this goes. But I did. This is a weird one. I met a guy at a party last week, and as I was walking up to him, he said this phrase. I heard him. He went, "This weekend, I have to shoot a dog." Awful, terrible, right? Horrible. Turns out he's a photographer. Yeah, he takes pictures of dead dogs. But that's like a different thing. Cool. There we go. We're through it. We're through already. Hell yeah. All smooth sailing. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking through my next 5 bits. Couple accents in there we might have. No. That's cool. But I'm also like is this a big business crowd? Or we do like business? No one ever woos for that, too. I always say, how about this? Is anyone a big Shark Tank fan in here? Shark Tank? Okay, can I tell you guys my Shark Tank idea real quick? Okay. So have you guys seen how like dudes are wearing nail polish now? Right? Yeah, some people. So my company, it's a men's nail polish company. And it's the exact same thing as women's nail polish. It just costs 30% less for no reason. Yeah. We'll call it male polish. And we'll also sell nail polish remover, which is a picture of your dad looking disappointed in you. That's what nail polish remover is. Cool, gets it off really quick. Yeah. I have a lot of ideas though. Like I have like ideas for movies too. Like the one I've always wanted to make is a remake of 50 Shades of Grey, where Tyler Perry plays both of the lead roles. Medea finds her sexuality or something. I don't know. But I turn. I'm 29 right now. I turn 30 next year, and like part of that journey for me has I've just been watching like a tons of movies from my childhood and stuff, and I've realized that like some of them are kind of messed up, you know. Like has anyone in here seen the 2003 animated Tarzan movie? Yeah. It's a great movie. It's a beautiful movie, right? But there is one messed up scene from that movie. If you guys don't remember the story of Tarzan, Tarzan is a baby who's raised in the jungle by apes. And this chick named Jane comes from England to like civilize him and like teach him how to speak English, and they fall in love. Beautiful story. But the messed up scene is the first time Jane and Tarzan go to hook up. Tarzan looks at Jane and goes, "Jane, you Tarzan's first." It's like, I hope so, motherfucker. What's the alternative here, dude? Like, Jane, Tarzan been third base before. lipstick on baboon pretty close. It's like, no, it's Tarzan. No. Can't be doing that. But no. I've been watching a lot of movies. Like, I recently watched the Little Mermaid movie, where they made Ariel black, which is cool. Another great movie. Great movie. Comments on that movie, not so great. A lot of the comments, I'll tell you what they were right now. Top comment, it was, mermaids aren't black. It's like, what? But they're mythological creatures, dude. Like, what's next? Like, Bigfoot's not gay. Unicorns are libertarians. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Second top comment, my favorite. The Little Mermaid is from Denmark. She should be Danish. It's like, dude, she's from the bottom of the ocean, right? Like, if they put a bunch of black mermaids in Hamlet, I get why people be pissed. But like, no one cared in the original when the lobster was Jamaican. You know what I mean? It was like, he should be from New England. That should be Mark Wahlberg playing the lobster, dude. But no, it's crazy. They're doing a lot of like race swaps these days. Like, I watched this movie on Cleopatra, where they made Cleopatra black, and like supposedly she wasn't black, she was like Greek or something like that. You know, and I don't know. I'm not a historian. I don't have an opinion on that. But here's my take. My take is, if they're doing real race swaps, I feel like we should get a couple fun ones. You know what I mean? Like, we should get to mess around a little bit. You know. Feels a little tense in here right now. We'll see how this goes. I think it'd be fun. Like, just imagine you're watching the TV and you just hear, this summer, the story of Martin Luther King Jr. as you've never seen it before, starring Jackie Chan. It's like, okay, we can do that. Yeah, I think like Chris Tucker plays LBJ or something like that. I think it'd be very fun. I think it'd be cool. But no, I get in a lot of arguments about race in movies with people. Like, one of my takes, I hang out with like a lot of nerds. I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, and like a lot of my friends, they're big Lord of the Rings fans. And one of my takes is like, there's no people of color in any of. It's 12 hours of movies, and there's no people of color in all 12 hours. And I got into a big fight with one of my friends about this, and we went back and forth for a while, and eventually he goes, Parker, it's based off of medieval Europe, and they didn't have people of color in medieval Europe. And I'm like, that's true, but they also didn't have like elves or dwarves or wizards, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of fucked up if you see a dude cast a fireball and you're like, that's cool, but then you see a dude dunk a basketball and you're like, that's not historically accurate. I take umbrage with that. If you really want, some of you guys maybe aren't on board with me, I can really prove to you why there should be people of color in the Lord of the Rings movies. If you haven't seen them recently, there are elephants in the Lord of the Rings movies. Don't know if you guys know anything about elephants, but they don't live near white people, right? There's no like Celtic elephant, dude. Like, they had to go somewhere and get those, like, just bring a couple of those people back for the movie, dude. Like, it wouldn't have been that hard. I don't think it would have been that hard. The biggest one I ever got into, the biggest fight I ever got into, it's weird I have this many jokes about race in movies, but we'll examine that. Me and my therapist will get to that at some point, I think. But one of the biggest arguments I got into was about the Harry Potter series, right? I used to have this joke about Harry Potter being racist, where I was like, it's about a bunch of white people in robes running around calling themselves wizards, right? There's like a certain word they really want to say, but when they say it in public, everyone freaks out. Right? Not that great of a joke. What's funny, though, is I told that joke to my friend, who's a huge Harry Potter nerd, and she was like, Parker, Harry Potter's not racist. There are black people in Harry Potter. I'm like, airtight argument, you know? Like, that's great. But my thing is, I'm like a petty person. I'm a petty person. So what I did is I went back through all the movies, and I wrote down all the lines said by black people. And I have that list for you guys here tonight, too, if you guys are ready. Are you guys ready for all the lines said by black people in Harry Potter? Is that cool? Okay. Line number 1, it's Harry Potter. That's all the lines. You're a grand wizard, Harry. I don't know what to tell you. No. That's cool. I don't have a transition for this, but I feel like most of my comedy has kind of, like I lean a little bit to the left, but there's one story that I think I lean kind of far to the right on. Have you guys heard about these orcas in Europe? Do you guys know about them? Yeah. If you don't know, there's a bunch of orcas in Europe, and they're like bombing around. They like flip over boats, and they like kill everybody that was on the boats. And how do you guys feel about that? What's your... Yeah. A lot of people are pro-orca, right? Like, a lot of people are like, this is Mother Nature fighting back against climate change, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't agree with that. Like, I don't think anybody would be pro-orca if they were land animals, you know? Because I live in Baltimore City, right? And we have wildlife in Baltimore City, you know? And I've never seen like a rat go across someone's apartment and then been like, Mother Nature, welcome back. Quick, get this rat a gun so it can fight against climate change, you know? But this story about these orcas really messed me up because I didn't know what an orca was, right? And it turns out that orca is another name for a killer whale, right? And that messed me up because I didn't know they're like human killer whales, right? I thought it was a surfer dude like, that's a sick whale, that's a killer whale, you know? I didn't know it was like a Jeffrey Dahmer type of whale, you know what I mean? And here's my take that none of you guys are gonna agree with. It's cool. I don't really think we need them, to be honest with you. Like, we've killed how many owls for doing nothing, and they're just like murdering whales allowed to exist in the ocean? I'm gonna take it one step further, since you guys aren't on my side yet. I don't think we need any animal that has a felony in its name, to be honest with you. I don't think we need any killer whales. I don't think we need any murder hornets, right? And if they discover like a pedophile panda, kill that shit immediately. There's a panda in a fedora, like... Anybody seen the new season of Attack on Titan? The anime people really made themselves known on that one. Okay, that's cool. I was making fun of it. No, that's cool. That's cool. I think this is a cool crowd. This is a good crowd. Do we support the LGBT community in here? Is this a big... Yeah. Me too. I support them too. The one thing I don't like is about the community is the phrase same-sex couple. I don't know if you guys have heard this term, same-sex couple, because like I feel like the person that came up with that term like never met like a couple, like a gay couple, right? Like I don't know. I think like Peg and Larry that are 50 and have missionary once a year, like that's the same-sex couple to me. You know what I mean? Like the gay guy should be called the varied and interesting sex couple. That's my take at least. But no, this last Pride was my favorite Pride ever because I watched this documentary on blue discharges, which was, if you guys don't know what that is, it was in the 40s and 50s where dudes would get like fired from the military for being gay, right? I don't think that's fun. I don't think that's funny either. But what is fun and funny is they had an official gay test. Yeah. What they would do is they would hook your dick up to a dick-sized blood pressure monitor and make you watch straight and gay porn and like measure how much blood went to your dick. This is real too. You can look this up. It's on like the History Channel. Yeah. Do you know who I think's gay? The guy who came up with that text. That's what I don't know how you got that one past the sergeant, dude. Like, it's like, let me just go grab my stash of gay porn really quick. It's like, okay, why do you have that? But no. Speaking of dating, anybody dating in here? Big dating crowd? Nice. That's cool. No, I just to let you guys know, I don't use condoms, save the turtles. Am I right, fellas? It's a dumb joke. But no, I am a millennial. I think dating as a millennial is like the hardest generation for dating because like I think people my age, like we just don't know what cheating is anymore, you know? Like a lot of women my age, they think if you're like a guy and you watch porn, that's cheating, right? I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's correct. But I do think you have to be consistent with that, right? Like if me watching porn is cheating, then me watching Chopped is cooking you dinner, right? Like that's... If we watch the Travel Channel, that was vacation, baby. Like we just got back from Malta, you know what I mean? Like that's... On the other hand, like a lot of people my age like don't think cheating is cheating, you know? Like a lot of my friends keep coming out to me as polyamorous, right? There are a couple older people in here, so I'll explain. It used to be called swinging, and then it's polyamorous, and now they have this new word for it. They call it ethical non-monogamy, right? And I'm like, you can't do that, dude. You can't just put the word ethical in front of unethical shit and call it a day. I can't be leaving Fells Point at 3 in the morning like, Parker, you good to drive? I'm like, it's ethical drunk driving. Me and the tree both consented, so we are good here. But no, I think it's hard to date because like I think a lot of people my age like are trying too hard to be kinky. They're trying too hard to be like freaky. You know what I mean? Like no one wants to be vanilla. Like to the point that people are like coming up with fake kinks. You know? Like I was talking to a woman the other day, and she told me, she goes, Parker, I have a praise kink. And I'm like, really? You like when people are nice to you? You know what I mean? Like, what a slut. What a whore. I have a not getting cheated on with black guys kink, personally. That's what really gets me off. That's the applause break? Damn, should have started with that one. That's cool. But it is hard, I think, to date for people my age too. Like there's like a big thing is like eating ass in my generation. Anybody in here eat ass, by the way? No? My dad's here too, which is always fun. He's bitten on it. I've never done it too. I've never eaten ass personally. But it's not the, huh? You're not a big fan?
No, I'm just saying this is so uncomfortable. Your dad's there.
Oh, okay. He's fine. Don't worry about him. It's not your dad. Why are you? Where is your dad? Where's he at? What's your dad's name? Huh? Wait, Tim's your dad? Okay, this is getting too weird. Never mind. We gotta. Enough of this tomfoolery. So eating ass. I've never. Here, I'll look you right in the eyes while I do this bit. I've never done it before either. But it's like the haunted house. It's not the idea of it. You can't, I'm on stage. You can't tell me what to do, dude. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You can't tell me. This is fucking bullshit. Security! Can we... No. This has to be like the funniest bit of all time, too, or it's not gonna work. But we're gonna see. Eating ass. It's It's like the haunted house. It's not like the idea of it. It's just that the women I date don't have the best gut health. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been on a date and the woman's like, can I get a yogurt? Like, that's never happened. I did go on a date one time, and the woman told me she was lactose intolerant, and then she got a cheeseburger and a milkshake. Later on, we're in the bedroom. She's like, Daddy, make me lose control. I'm like, please keep control, please. Mattress covers are expensive these days, guys. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here on this one, guys. This is an old one, but one of my favorites. I did get some bad news this week. I got some bad news. I don't know if you guys know about this, but I found out that I'm too short to donate sperm. Did you guys know about this? I'm like, no, it's a real thing. Like the cutoff is 5'8", and I'm 5'6" and 10/13. And it wouldn't be that bad. I wouldn't be that mad at it. But the only other things that can like stop you from donating sperm are a family history of cancer or a family history of suicide, right? It's pretty messed up. Because basically what they're saying is that being under 5'8" is as bad as having cancer or being suicidal. And the messed up part is that is completely true. If you guys don't know that. You can go up to any short guy you know and be like, I have a pill. It might give you cancer, but it might make you 6'1". They'd be like, let's snort that pill right now. How many do you have? And here's a little known fact, like all short guys, we're all suicidal. We're all of us are suicidal. It's just we can't reach the ceiling, fam. Like that's the only thing. All right, you guys have been great. I'm Parker Brown. Thank you so much.
And ladies and gentlemen, Parker Brown, one more time for